Alright guys, at this point you should have traded your papers with someone nearby to grade. As we go through this, you are not going to correct the answers. You are simply just going to mark which parts are wrong or right, and as the video goes along, I will explain how to do that. The very first thing that we want to look for when we're doing this problem is we want to look to see what's dominant and what's recessive. In this problem, you can see that they've already told us that the dominant trait is brown eyes. Remember, dominant traits are represented with capital letters, whereas recessive, which is the blue, is noted with a lowercase letter. The very first thing that needed to be filled out were these areas right here. The first parent has hybrid brown eyes, so that means that this should have been filled in capital B, lowercase b. Hybrid means both, so you need one uppercase and one lowercase. Blue eyes is the recessive trait. The only way to get blue eyes is to have two lowercase b's, and that would be in this area here. At this point, if a student that you are grading got this part incorrect, all you are going to do is put a little X underneath that area that is wrong. If they got it right, you can simply leave it alone. The next part that's needed to be done in order to complete this Punnett square is you fill in the parents' genotypes into the Punnett square. It does not matter what side you put them on. You should have a set that goes in this area and then a set that goes on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the hybrid on top. So capital B, lowercase b. Oops. And then on the side, I'm going to put the other parent, which was two lowercase b's. From there, you complete the Punnett square. If there's a capital letter, it goes first. So this first one would have been capital B, lowercase b, capital B, lowercase b. Over here, we have two lowercase b's and two lowercase b's. At this point, to grade your partner's papers, it does not matter if they're in the same exact boxes, but what does matter is that they have two boxes that are a capital B, lowercase b, and they have two boxes that are two lowercase b's. If they do not have that, put an X in the bottom left-hand corner. If they have this, leave it alone. The next thing we're going to do is look at genotype and phenotype. Genotype are the genes, the alleles that are made up. So if we look over here, you had two options to do this. One thing we talked about last week is simply writing down all of the different options. And those are the four different options. Then you have to make note of what percent are in this Punnett square. So if we look over here, we have four boxes. These are the different opportunities that this child is going to have as far as their colored eyes. Capital B is nowhere in here, so it's 0%. Capital B, lowercase b, I see 1 and 2, so 2 out of 4 is 50%. And then lowercase b, I see 1, I see 2, so again 2 out of 4, which is 50%. One important thing to notice is that when we look at the percents over here, they add up and equal to 100%. That's one easy way to check to make sure you're on the right track. If the person you are grading got this incorrect, they had to have this area right here. If they did not include this, that's fine, but they have to have these letter combinations and they have to have 50%. It can't say brown or blue because that's not the genotype. Genotype are these letter combinations, the alleles. So if they did not have that, you're going to put an X right by the word genotype. Finally, phenotype. Phenotype is physically what's the child going to look like. So we know they can either have brown eyes or they can have blue eyes. Now if we look to see our percents, capital B, lowercase b, this is going to show brown eyes. As soon as you have a capital letter wins, and capital letter is brown eyes. So we have two boxes like that, so it's 50%. If we go to blue, we have two boxes that show blue, so 50%. Again, they must have exactly what's written right here. If they don't, you're going to put an X right here. Now, how to grade. What I would like you to do is if the person missed anything in this Punnett square box, so if anything over here is incorrect, you are going to put an A, you're going to put an A in the top corner and circle it. If they missed anything in the genotype phenotype area, so if they missed something over here, so they had the Punnett square correct, but they made an error over here, you're going to put a B and circle it. If the person you are grading had everything correct, you are going to go ahead and put a C and circle that. Explain what you're going to do in each area of the room. If you are in the A group, this simply means I want you to practice a little bit more on maybe understanding the vocabulary of homozygous, pure, heterozygous, hybrid. But I also want you to make sure we know how to set up the Punnett squares. So what you're going to do is you're going to begin in group A, directions are posted. You have to watch all 3 ed puzzles, and then there's worksheets in the black basket in the middle that you will go ahead and work on. I've provided an answer key in case you need to check any with your substitute. Table B, you did good on the Punnett square, but we messed up genotype, phenotype. I do understand that this may have been a simple mental error. However, you are required to watch the 1 ed puzzle video. It's about 2 minutes. And then you are working on the dog traits worksheet that is provided for you in the turquoise basket. And that's located on table 2. If you are in the C group, it seems that you have mastered 8th grade Punnett squares, which is very good. What you are going to begin by doing, and these directions are posted in the back, you are first completing the monsters worksheet from Friday. Most of you have that. If you don't, they're on the back counter. You need to get that done first. I've provided an answer key. Once that's done, you can try the dihybrids. These are 10th grade Punnett squares. I've been very impressed today with how many students have been able to do these. There is an ed puzzle that goes with it. Mr. Vaughn made the ed puzzle to explain how to set it up. That ed puzzle you can skip around. It does not go exactly with the problem that's on your worksheet. So I would watch some of the ed puzzle first so that you get a hang of how to set it up. Then when you're ready, you can go ahead and start the worksheet. Again, an answer key is provided if you need it checked. You're also welcome to work with someone back there. But like I said, that's 10th grade problem, so that's pretty impressive that you are starting on that already. If you get done with B, you are more than welcome to move to C. If you have any questions, you need to utilize each other, and I will be back to check those things, and if not, we will go over them tomorrow as a class. And also as a reminder, you have a vocab quiz tomorrow. Your vocab words are on the back board from genetics through phenotype, and all of those words are in Quizlet. Good luck with everything. Again, use each other as resources, and I will be back tomorrow to answer any questions. Have a good class period.